What up, everybody? Welcome back to Fellow Publications YouTube channel. It's always me, Rich, and on this channel we talk about zines, DIY culture. Basically, if you're into print media, if you are thinking about starting or want to know how you can operate a small publishing company, you might want to consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to help me out, go ahead and like the video. And for those of you that don't remember who Scanner Punk is, here's a quick clip.
I've decided to rewrite some of this hipster Dracula comic dialogue.
So what did I get? Shane Milner, the cartoonist who sent me this package of zines, sent me 7 zines. 4 of them were written and illustrated by him, and I think I'm going to focus on those. But the honorable mentions to those are going to be the 3 that he illustrated but didn't write, and I guess was part of a collaborative process that he worked with some people on. One of those was Cyberbutt. The other one was I Can't Stop Watching YouTube. And lastly, there's one called One Punk's Guide to Dark Ages. All were great reads, but nonetheless, I want to focus on his body of work. And I want to start with what I felt was the strongest work in this batch that I got, which is The Kitchen of Chaos. Kind of like this whole saga and story revolving around a character called King Cook. And it is great. The art is great. His art is very meticulous and he pays attention to detail, which allows you to submerge yourself in the world. But the world that he built in this saga is amazing. The way they talk, I found it very interesting. Kind of like a Clockwork Orange, where the linguistics in itself is something that's fun to watch. The linguistics in this, the way they speak to each other, the way they communicate, is so absurdly funny. And it could be because I've worked in a restaurant for so long that it hit me close to home. A lot of the way that he tells the story and all these villains and things like that, like the Dine and Dashers and the Hungry Mob and all this, it's just a clever way of retelling and emphasizing the day-to-day things that working class people deal with. So I thought it was very great, funny. The Sovereign of Sustenance. You speak to the uniter of the 5 flavors and crown ruler of cuisine. You are in the kitchen of King Cook. I am the one that will prepare for you the most flavorful and nourishing meal you've ever eaten. And like I said, for me, it might be more that it was more impactful for me because I've worked in the kitchen. I understand where you lose the prep and you have no prep and you're back and then there's a water problem and all these things. And then all these calamities that happen. There's a segment where the dishwasher basically is promoted because someone is sick. Done that many times where I've had someone on the line call in sick. Dishwasher gets promoted to being part of the line cook. I've seen it, all of it, so I loved it a lot. But then beyond that, we have Almanac. Now, all the other zines I can tell were printed at home. This one I think is also printed at home, and if it is, this is an amazing feat in itself. It is just amazingly printed. It is amazing black and white comic art. One of the things that I liked a lot about this was that there is definitely a personal touch to these comics, the Almanac. You can tell that some of it is meta, but then you can tell that some of it is directly linked to Shane's life. But so there's a multitude of different stories in these comics, but predominantly it focuses on Troner and his buddy. So these are fun. The stories vary. It's not linear, and at that, it doesn't only take place in one world or with one character. It kind of jumps around. I really do feel that this is just Shane showing what he has and just playing with any kind of story that he wants to play with. And that's fine and that's fun, man. So if you get the chance, check out Almanac. But my choice from the bunch that I got has to be The Kitchen of Chaos. The King Cook saga is my choice. Beyond that, I've seen that he's also selling original panels for $30. That's a steal. Shane's art is great. It's amazing. That's something that you would want to frame and have for a long time. And I really recommend that you get yourself a copy. If not, go ahead and purchase some original art. But that's all I got for you guys today, man. Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. Show Shane some love. As always, his information will be in the show notes. And beyond that, lates.
Fight the fascists.